Hi, my name is Caleb Wilson, and I'm going to be talking about how to throw a baseball more efficiently without any injury or having a chance of injury in the future. America's pastime, which is also known as baseball, has come a long way since the 1900s, and it's been a real crazy time for stuff now that analytics are becoming a big thing and technology is becoming a much bigger thing, especially for pitching. We're able to break down like all the different mechanics between arm motion, how far your hips separate from your upper half, and then how your legs are able to work when you are going down the mound. For me, baseball has been part of my life for almost 14 years now, and it's come a long way for everything I have done. And my main points for this will be how to use your legs properly, how to connect your hips and your upper torso together, and then how to externally rotate your arm into a better position so you're not causing any injury with your UCL or anything like that. This is also known as the kinetic chain. My first main point is going to be how to use your legs properly. For baseball, one of the key things is to be able to keep your heel down and not worry about trying to push off and stuff. You just want to be able to keep this heel down and push through this back leg. Instead of pushing through your quad, you want to push down through your hamstring and almost into your butt, also known as your glute. This is one of the most key things to pitching with your legs, because your legs are a big part of how you generate all the force down the mound, down through your target, which is 60 feet away. If you can generate your legs the strongest way possible, you'll be able to do everything you can to throw harder, throw more efficient, and not worry about those nagging arm injuries people get. Main point 2 is going to be about my hips and how to use them efficiently. As said by Colorado Motion, 55% of force is generated through the hips in your trunk, which is right through here. You want to be able to rotate your hips in the correct way, because if you don't rotate them in the correct way, you're not going to be able to throw as efficient and get your upper half in line with it. Rotating your hips is going to be more than just like willy-nilly throwing them around. You want to be able to, when you're using your legs to drive down the mound, right before you hit that front heel strike, you want to be able to internally rotate them like this. And you want to be able to just push that force in a rotational pattern rather than trying to push them instead. When you're rotating them, you'll be able to connect that upper half, and you won't be able to just throw them down there. You'll want to actually be able to rotate your hips so your knee will go down with it. This allows you to control everything else that's going on. If you're able to do that and do it really forcefully, your upper half will be able to separate. Your torso is going to stay about here, and your upper half is going to be back. So going on from our hips to our upper half, which is my main point 3, the upper half and external rotation of the elbow. As said by Tread Athletics, external rotation increases the distance over which force can be applied to the baseball. So when you're having this hip to shoulder separation, you're able to put your arm in a better place so it actually externally rotates this way rather than actually going forward and not having as much of a plane to throw it off of. When your arm is actually working backwards, it will not be able to cause more injury, because when you're doing like this and you want to throw your elbow out, you're not externally rotating this elbow. You're actually throwing a ball and pushing through it, which is putting a lot of stress on this UCL. And you don't want to have that, because that causes more injuries and more time down from playing baseball. It'll allow you to generate more power, because when the UCL is in the right position, it snaps back and it doesn't have to work to try to actually push the ball through. You're just releasing it with no effort, no problems at all. You're having no issues with anything that you can do. You're able to almost throw at the ball without even feeling it. You'll have no pain, you won't have any tightness. You'll just be able to throw it, and your arm is just going to work through it with you, because everything else is working in line. That's why they call it the kinetic chain, because the kinetic chain all works together. If one part of your chain is out of it, you will not have any issues whatsoever trying to throw a ball efficiently and even more hard down the mound. So for people throwing like low 80s or upper 70s, you can even get up higher when it's in a better position to get there. Closing it up right here, my main points were using your legs properly, using your hips and upper torso properly, and being able to externally rotate the elbow.